Hey everyone, so we have just arrived at Loew's Royal Pacific. First time staying here, really excited. Got all the little froggies welcoming us in all along the walkway. All right, so we're gonna go check in and check it out. All right, so we just had a great check-in experience with Ashley. She was wonderful. We're gonna head up to the room and check it out right now. See you soon. All right, so moving into the room. Got a nice king bed. Kind of an interesting shape, like a little corner room or something. Got a nice view of the little lagoon out front. Beautiful blue water down there. The usual big old flowers on the wall, TV, and a nice big bathroom. Look at this. All right, we're gonna get unpacked and check it out. We'll talk to you guys soon. So we're basically unpacked right now, so let's do a quick little room tour. So we've got a really nice view for this being a standard room. Standard king room, I believe we paid just over $300 a night for this. Considering it comes with free express pass, that's not too shabby. So we got, we got the standard king bed right over here. Little couch that does pull out to a little sleeper if you need it. We've got a little dresser here with 6 drawers, and of course in the middle, you're gonna find your little coffee maker and mini fridge. Nice big TV, little Polynesian artwork, plenty of storage, got a nice big closet with the standard wall safe. Bathroom, nice and big, we got the separate vanity room, and then in here, a little separate room with a shower and a toilet. So we're essentially mostly unpacked now, so it's time to head out and have some fun. So one of the great things about staying at the Premier Resorts here at Universal Studios, it's not just the nicer rooms, the nicer amenities, it's not even just the express passes, but there's some great dining options at the Premier Resorts as well. And Royal Pacific is no exception. So you've got Jake's All-American Bar, which has some really good bar food. Unfortunately, right now we're here in the main restaurant's closed, but tonight we're gonna try the Orchid Court Lounge and Sushi Bar. I really don't feel like eating in the sushi lounge though, so I'm actually getting to bring it up to the room. So we're gonna go pick up the food, bring it up to the room and check it out. We got a couple rolls and we'll see how they are. Well, that was real quick and easy. It took about 10-15 minutes to get a couple rolls. We got spider roll, which is a soft shell crab tempura roll, one of my favorites. And also got, I can't remember the name, I have to look at the menu. But it's the, I think it was the dynamite roll. But yeah, it looked really good. It was a tuna roll with some spicy things on there. We're gonna take it up to the room, try it out, and let you know what we think. Okay, there we go. Very nice presentation, as you always get with sushi. Yeah, they had a couple guys down there making it, with the full artistry. But we're gonna dig in here, see what we think, and we'll let you know when we're done eating.
A few moments later.
And we are back. We had our sushi. It was absolutely delicious. Ate every last bit. But we're here with Bad Wolf Plays. Check out the link to her channel in the description below. And she doesn't like sushi. So we got some room service for her. We had some chicken fingers. What'd you think? Yeah, they were good. So I want to show you something pretty cool though. very, very fancy here. I have never in my life seen themed silverware. But I don't know if you can really see, but like the silverware is like bamboo. Let me put that down one time. So here's the fork, right? See, it looks like bamboo. It's a little crooked. The knife is the same. So here at Royal Pacific, they're really going over the top with the theming. Now it is also Halloween Horror Nights, so we did get a little sweet treat. This is the Vampire Cupcake Trio. We've got a chocolate cupcake with a little, I think it's some kind of eyeball candy and a gummy worm on there. We have got what looks to be a red velvet cupcake with some pink frosting that looks like a brain with some chips and stuff coming out of it. And then we've got, looks like a vanilla cupcake with some kind of maybe raspberry or cherry sauce with this little finger and a little almond making the fingernail. Very, very clever. I don't think we really need to review these because cupcakes taste good, but we are gonna stop recording here and eat them. And we'll see you back with more of our Royal Pacific review.
The following day.
And after a big night of HHN, we had room service breakfast. We've got Eggs Benedict, a side of bacon, breakfast potatoes, and French toast with bananas caramelized all over. I forgot the name of that one. Tahitian French toast. They even gave us a little cookie. It says here, we appreciate your choice to stay and dine with us at Loew's Royal Pacific. Please enjoy a small gesture. So we're gonna dig in and enjoy this. And yeah, so far the stay here has been amazing. The food's been great. So let's see how the in-room breakfast is. Okay, I'm not sure if you can tell from this, but room service was delicious. Bad Wolf actually said that was the best French toast she ever had in her life. The Eggs Benedict was amazing, very well done. Can highly recommend. So we've had room service twice in here now. We had just some snacks and light fare the other night, and this morning we had the breakfast, and it was unbelievable. So far things are going really, really good here at Royal Pacific. Highly recommend. All right, so we're gonna head out of the room here, and we're gonna take a little walk around the resort to show you what's doing here. We're over here in Tower 2, and I'm really loving the location. The bad part is it is probably the farthest tower from the boat launch and such, but it's not bad. We're very close to the lobby, very close to a lot of the amenities, and I like it. It's nice and quiet. So we are just a short walk to the elevator. I'm pretty sure all the towers kind of look like this, where it's like one row of rooms, then it splits in kind of two hallways, and our room is just past that bend. So it's a very nice short walk back to the end of the elevator, but it is far enough away that it's nice and quiet. And we're gonna go downstairs and we'll show you the lobby. We'll show you what's doing on the first floor where all the restaurants are and the amenities, and we'll give you a nice little tour of the whole place. So right outside our elevator lobby on the first floor, it's a nice little area with a bunch of benches. If you are a smoker, and I'm not, but this resort does have ample smoking areas. There are other resorts at Universal where, you know, there might only be one place for the smokers and vapors to go. Here, there's quite a bit. So if you are a smoker or a vapor, there are many places for you to go do what you gotta do without feeling like a social pariah. And let's just look over here. This is just outside the elevator lobby. I'm gonna come over here, and we're kind of right outside of Jake's. Jake's is right there. That's the outside entrance. But I want to just show you the landscaping here. So look at this beautiful little moat, I almost call it. And our room is right up there, right above where that moat kind of ends, and this kind of layered steps of tropical foliage. Up here, this is the bridge you walk across. So when you get here, with all the little froggy statues playing the instruments on it, just a gorgeous, gorgeous property. We're gonna go down this way in just a moment. This is where you'll find the restaurants, the fitness center, the pool, and all that. We'll show that in just a moment or two. So if you're here on a weekend, Tower 2 might be a great space to stay because it's right near the Wantalan Luau. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this, but I understand on the weekends, I think it's Saturday nights, they do put on a luau. I believe it is a separately ticketed event, but it's gonna be up this path here. Also, there's a croquet court here. I don't know anybody who plays croquet like that, where they want to stay at a resort with a croquet court, but there is one over here. I don't know where you get the wickets and the mallets from, but apparently this over here is a croquet court. So if you do like to play croquet, this might be the resort for you. But the luau, it's a big old pavilion over here. Take a quick look at it.
Everything's okay.
Good morning, yeah, everything's great. Friendly staff. But over here, big old pavilion. And you'll see there is a big stage over here. Absolutely gorgeous. I imagine this is where the performers, I've been to a Polynesian luau before, and there's usually performers, you know, dancers, fire eaters, you know, that kind of stuff. It's usually, you know, a big production, a lot of fun. Then over here, there's a big old fire pit. Right, a lot of lava rock in there. And then back here are some tables and stuff. And that's probably access to the kitchen where the food comes out from the luau. But very cool. I've heard good things. So if you're ever here on the weekends, you might want to check it out. Okay, so we are back now in the I guess the back of the building, but if you're down below, it really feels like the front, because this is where all the action is. So we've got some outdoor seating for Jake's right over here. And again, this is that entrance bridge with all the little froggy statues up above there. And let's look at this beautiful landscaping here. I can't say enough about the landscaping. Little waterfall there, which lines up perfectly with the, lines up just perfectly with the front door of Jake's. We had a great meal there the other night. Unfortunately, forgot to bring the camera, but we did take a bunch of pictures of the food, so we'll show you that and talk about it. And then we're going to walk around the side of here. Now, if you were to come down the steps from the lobby, it would bring you down right here. And we'll just step inside real quick. So the main lobby is right up those steps. Then over here is Jake's. So Jake's is open for 3 meals right now. I don't think it's usually open for breakfast, but I believe with the main dining room currently being closed for renovations, I think that's why it's open for all 3 meals. But Jake's has great food, great drinks, nice atmosphere. Over here, this is the main restaurant. The name of which escapes me right now, but it's just finishing up a new renovation. Yesterday, they actually had some production companies in here, and they were filming some promotional materials with, you know, people pretending to eat and stuff. It was all the production lights were set up. It was kind of cool to see. But that, I think, is going to be reopening soon. I'm not sure exactly how long it's been closed, but it is set to reopen. I'm guessing very soon, probably doing some training. Like I said, they were just filming new promotional materials yesterday. If I step over this way, to the right, or straight coming right out of the lobby, this is where the pool area is. Pool hours are 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Badge in. Oh, thank you very much. Okay. So this is, I think it's the only pool in the Premiers that doesn't have a slide, but it does have that little Royal Valley Sea area over there with the little splash features and water pouring down for the youngsters to play. Loungers everywhere, and they do but they provide towels and they provide seat covers if you don't want to sit right on that wicker lattice. But it's a nice, big, beautiful pool. There are a couple cabanas you can rent if you like that private cabana thing. The cabanas have televisions in them, like pretty much all the Premier resorts do. And there is a little restaurant down here as well. So you can get your poolside snacks and cocktails and such. Here's the towel station here, and like again, they've got the water out, and looks like it's infused with lemons today. Very nice, right? You can see Aventura off in the distance over there. Oh, they have a little volleyball net set up. This is a very nice pool area. There's the pool bar right across the way from where we are. Now, unfortunately, we did not get much of a chance to check out the pool. It's been a very busy trip down here with HHN, and we did go to Volcano Bay. But the pool does look gorgeous. It's got the zero entry sand over there. But yeah, all these resorts have just wonderful, beautiful pools. There's the Bula Ice Bar over here. And we're gonna step back out of the pool area and head back towards the main building and show you some more over there. So we are back along the main building, and we are in front of Island's dining room, which again is that main dining room that's currently been renovated. Take a look at that, look in there. Nice brand new chairs. Not sure if they're new or not, but I am really digging the light fixtures. I hope there's not too much glare, you can check them out, but the theming here is just wonderful. Looks like there's an outdoor seating area. Those look like umbrella bases over there. In this corner here is where they were filming the promotional materials. I'm willing to bet the next time we stay here, if we're on that resort TV channel, we'll be able to see the footage I saw being filmed. And you never know, you might see Uncle Mike walking by the window, because I did walk by a couple times while they were filming. So here's the Tower 3 elevators. Game room coming up here. As long as there's no children in there, we'll go in and take a look. I really don't want to invade on people's privacy. Yeah, it looks empty. We'll go in and check it out. So we got a couple video games. Got Halo. You buy your game cards. A bunch of claw machines, air hockey, a couple racing games. Again, not a ton, but if you gotta kill a little time with some young ones or try to win some prizes. Big old Candy Crush machine. Nice little game room. I think the only resort I've stayed in that had like a really big game room was Cabana Bay. I think the game room at Portofino Bay is very similar. The game room at Terra Luna was really just a converted guest room. So it's kind of small. Over here we've got some bathrooms over here, so I guess if you're down by the pool or if you can't make it back up to your room, that's good to see right there. Over here is, I think it's a little, it's called the Mariners Club. I think that's kind of their on-site daycare. Little store down here, the Treasures of Bali, where you see some Universal products, but a lot of, clothing, bathing suits. Not really much of a Universal store. That's more in the lobby upstairs. I might grab this t-shirt though to commemorate the stay. I like this t-shirt. It's a very nice quality. I think we're gonna have to grab us one of these before we leave. But you get your sunglasses, scrunchies, bathing suits, t-shirts, all really nice quality. This is also where you can get the lanyard, if you like the resort lanyards. I actually picked that up. I like to collect the Universal lanyards. And then if we keep going here, we're gonna next run into the gym. See, they got quite a bit of cardio equipment, a lot of free weights. So if you want to get a nice workout while you're here. I mean, I've never understood people that come to Universal Studios and hop on a treadmill. I feel like I do enough walking at the theme parks. I think I hit over 30,000 steps yesterday. I don't need a treadmill to get even more. I'm good. And one thing I really like down here is like there's all this statuary and just theming elements. Like look at this big old stone mural over here. And it's beautiful. I was actually wondering the other day if any of this is authentic or if it's all just replicas, because it's really gorgeous. Over here now to my left, we've got event space. So I imagine if you're having a wedding or a business retreat or something like that, this is some of the spaces down here you can rent out. Kind of glare, I don't know how well you can see it, but again, like everything here is beautifully themed and gorgeous. Now we're gonna go this way. And we're gonna go down to where you catch the water taxi. So as you can see, my tower, where we're staying, Tower 2, is pretty far from the water taxi. It's not too bad though. I mean, I think the longest I ever walked was we stayed at Cabana Bay, and it was for the buses, and we were in the towers with the volcano view, and man, that was a long walk. But here was a little garden path, and also speaking of the garden path, this is where the garden path, if you were to walk, connects up as well. So there's the water taxi dock right there. And the wonderful thing about these water taxis is you go through security right there. You can see
Off in the distance a little bit, a couple of Universal employees. And you go through security there. So when you get to City Walk, you're all done, just go right to the theme parks. Off in the distance, you can see Sapphire Falls peeking through the foliage, very close by. And again, Aventura is going to be right behind there. So as far as the distance, this is the closest resort to Islands of Adventure. The other night I went over to Toothsome to get that HHN shake, and I timed my walk back. It took me just over 10 minutes from the steps of Toothsome to the hotel lobby. Okay, let's look at some of this theming. Just absolutely gorgeous. These carvings and statuary, they're just everywhere. It really takes you away. Like, you don't feel like you're in Central Florida. You feel like you're somewhere in the South Pacific. Just absolutely gorgeous. We'll go down the end here. I don't think I've ever been all the way down to the end. Not sure if that's anything structurally significant or interesting, but let's check it out. Here's another meeting room. So again, a lot of event space here. If you are looking to have some kind of a corporate retreat, wedding, there's just a lot of space here for that kind of stuff. Oh, I gotta go over here too, show you this. So remember, when you're in Florida, do not enter the water. Natural wildlife may be present. And they always say, if there's water, there's gators. Now, I've been on dozens and countless water taxi rides down here. I've never seen anything scarier than a turtle, but still I wouldn't go in there. And off in the distance, so we can zoom in a little bit, but there is the plane, which is part of the storytelling of this resort. I believe from Jake's Bar, excuse me, that's actually Jake's plane. And again, another ballroom over here, the Pacifica Ballroom and Meeting Room. I just saw a bad wolf in her natural habitat. Now, obviously there are no water taxis that are going to get you to Volcano Bay or to Epic Universe. The bus stop is down here under this big pavilion. So we went to Volcano Bay the other day. There was 1 million people waiting on the bus to get them over to Epic. We were about the only ones. I think that were waiting to get over to Volcano Bay, so it wasn't too bad. Need a little monkey statue over there. And again, just in the distance through the trees, you can see Sapphire Falls. So two wonderful resorts right next door to each other. So we're gonna go back in now and we'll show you the lobby and Tuk Tuk Market and all that. And that'll kind of where we'll wrap up this tour, I think. Okay, coming around the corner from Jake's to the hotel outside the elevator lobby for Tower 2 is there's this wall art here that I just love. This is some of my favorite stuff that they have decorating down here. And I also like it makes me know that I'm very close to my elevator. Okay, so from, I'm gonna call it the restaurant lobby down where Jake and the Islands Dining Bar is a quick walk up these stairs to the main lobby. So once you've reached the top, you've got Tower 1 over there to the left. You've got the restrooms over here. Your information board over here. Over here to the left is Toko Gifts, which is basically the Universal store. It is one of the smaller Universal stores amongst the resorts. We've got, a select amount of merch. Then over here, you've got, some of the sundries you might need, your sunscreens, your over-the-counter medications, toothbrush, things you might have forgotten. Ooh, even a corkscrew. That could be useful because you can't get a bottle of wine. Obviously, we got some Halloween Horror Nights merch over here. Now, if we come straight out and we go to the right, we're going to come to the Orchard Court. Sorry, not Orchard, Orchid Court. And this is the sushi bar. And there's also some very nice seating over here. I always feel like you gotta be quiet in here. But this is the sushi bar. This place really gets hopping in the evening. Opens up at 5, I believe. Great selection of sushi. Also beers on tap and a full liquor bar. Then around back here is the entrance to Tower 3. Now Tower 3 might be the way to go if you're staying here and spending time at Epic. This is going to get you closest to the buses. Okay, and then around the back here, you got your Avis rental cars stand. And then you've got the Tuk Market. This is the grab and go. So in here, you're gonna have a couple of Coke Freestyle machines. Right, one over there and one right here. In the morning, this is where the Starbucks coffee is set up. They are known for these giant pretzels. So you got some sitting out here. And then there will always be some more over here in this hot serving area. So you've got the Hawaiian, which is ham and pineapple. You've got a jalapeno cheddar pretzel. They are huge and they are delicious. A bunch of grab and go favorites, you know, salads, yogurt cups and such. You do have some cold ice cream, cold candies, daiquiris, your wine and beer, soft drinks, ample supply of cereal, some fruit, obviously chips, candy. Like many of these resorts, they do have a gelato counter, which looks really good, nice flavors. Ooh, it looks delicious. Man, dulce de leche, that might be really good. I'm gonna have to give me a gelato while we're here. Your cold Powerades, soda and such, more chips. They do have a really nice bakery counter too. You see we got some giant cookies, but I'm gonna call that a gourmet Pop-Tart over there, cupcakes. I did try the red velvet, it was delicious. We got there some lemon cheesecake, just wonderful, wonderful treats here. And they do have a Coke Freestyle program. To me, if you watch my videos, you know Portofino Bay has traditionally been one of my favorite resorts here on property. My biggest complaint though is no Coke Freestyle program. How hard would it be to put a freestyle machine in Loew's or something like that? But yeah, here you do have the full Coke Freestyle program. And we love when we're here because, you know, you're at the resort a lot, and you get thirsty. It's Florida, right? So we usually get a couple of the cups. And they have great sugar-free options. You know, I am diabetic, so I try to avoid the sugar when I can. But they have all the Minute Maid sugar-free lemonades and juices. So I am a big fan, or if I need a little caffeine, get that Diet Coke. Granted, I greatly prefer regular Coke. I'm not supposed to have it though, so I usually get the Diet Coke. But yeah, the Freestyle Machine program here is a wonderful thing to have at the Premier Resort. Over here is your check-in, obviously. It was just hopping about a half hour ago. You couldn't move in here. I do want to give a shout out to Ashley here. We had one of the best check-in experiences we've ever had at a Universal Resort. She was beyond wonderful. Also, don't forget, if they ask you if you want to opt into the text message system, always say yes, because it's there for you for anything. Whether you just have a question, you know, where do I find this? What time is this? Once you're in that program, just respond to that text. You always get an answer quickly, and it's wonderful. So yeah, always make sure you opt in to the text message system. They also put out nice infused waters in this lobby. The other day it was a watermelon and it was like a watermelon papaya and something. Today it's Honeycrisp apple. Honeycrisp is one of my favorite apples, so we're gonna have a little sip of infused water. Well, that's good, that's refreshing. So, and then the real beautiful centerpiece of the lobby is this courtyard out here. I'll take you out there and show you what it looks like. All right, so we are out in the courtyard now, and it's just a beautiful, serene space. There's gentle music playing, fountains, the elephants. Also a great little photo op. You know, if you're here, you want to take a nice little family photo or a couple's photo. Could you ask for a better backdrop than this? It's just beautiful, relaxing. It's great. There's chairs. Great place to come sit, have your morning coffee. It is starting to sprinkle a little bit though, so we're gonna head back inside. Okay, and over here, this is that famous covered entrance bridge lined with the frogs, and we're standing kind of over, what I call the moat. Our room is almost directly across over there from where I'm standing up on the 4th floor. Lovely room, great view. So the rooms here are a little less spacious than over at Portofino Bay. They're definitely bigger than Sapphire, and definitely much bigger than Cabana Bay and Stella Nova, Terra Luna, and the Endless Summer Resorts. They're very comfortable though, very nicely appointed, very homey. Some people have things to say about that big orchid on the wall. I think it's an orchid, but the big flower wallpaper. I like it. But yeah, that's our room right over there. But again, this is the beautiful walkway. All these different frogs playing instruments. This is a nice little whimsical way to enter the hotel. And one thing I like about this place is there's so much symmetry going on. So this entranceway directly lines up with that beautiful foyer, not foyer, the courtyard, which you can probably see off in the distance a little bit. The waterfall on that 1st floor is directly underneath where we're walking right now. The entrance to Jake's is directly underneath this door. There's so much symmetry and sightline. I don't know what they call it. Is it like the feng shui? I mean, I don't know, but it just creates a very visually appealing scenario. So is scenario the right word? I'm not sure. So that's gonna pretty much conclude our walk around of the resort. And I'll just give you my final thoughts. Find a nice place to sit down, we'll talk about it. Okay, so we're back in the lobby now, and there are so many wonderful little sitting areas. Like if you're waiting for your room, there's couches, there's chairs, there's tables. So this is my first time here at Loew's Royal Pacific. I'm a huge fan of just what you get with the premier resorts here at Universal. The Unlimited Express Pass, if you have 2, 3, 4 people in a room, it kind of pays for itself, or at least it did. It's in my experience, since Epic Universe has opened, pricing has kind of gone a little sideways for all of the resorts here at Universal. I'm really hoping it normalizes, because it used to be very easy. Well, if you were coming off season, like I don't know about the middle of the summer, I tend not to come. I don't like to come when it's that busy. But it used to be really easy to get a premier hotel, during the week, Monday through Friday, in the low to mid 300s a night. And when you kind of look at the cost value proposition of that, I'm getting 2, because there's 2 of us, I'm getting 2 express passes every day. That's only about $180 value per person or more. So it makes a lot of sense. Nowadays, I'm going online, I'm seeing, these same resorts for $600, $700, $800 a night. And, that's not something that fits my budget. I don't know if it fits yours. I do have a stay booked way in the future, HHN next year, where the prices seem to be normalizing a little bit. But they're all over the place. Like I'm coming in December, and the prices the week that I'm coming, it's a little cost prohibitive to stay at a Premier, so I'm not gonna be doing that. But the next week, the Premier resorts are back to normal price. I was thinking about switching, but due to some work issues and stuff, I don't think I'm gonna be able to switch. But so you gotta really watch the pricing these days. But for what it is, if it fits your budget, I'm a big fan. Portofino Bay just had its remodel, and I'm not getting great prices there anymore. And for most people, this seemed to be the premier resort that most regularly had affordable pricing. Before Epic Universe days, it was not uncommon with an annual pass holder rate. And forgive me if I left out, I'm talking annual pass holder rates. And even if you're not a pass holder, if you're coming, you should just become one just for the hotel savings, even if you're not going to use it again, because the cost differential between just buying some tickets, and we should do a video on that, just to break down the cost of the passes and what it saves you. But anyhow, the pass holder rates are just, they're all over the place. but it wasn't uncommon to be able to get this resort for under 300. And yeah, sign me up every day, twice on Sunday. Low 300s, mid 300s even, you know, it makes sense. When it starts getting up to, with an annual pass holder rate, where you see these resorts, they're wanting $600-700 a night against a regular price of $1,000. I don't know how long that's going to last. I don't know if people are going to be willing to pay that much. I know I'm certainly not willing to pay, if I wasn't a pass holder, $1,000 a night for really any room other than, you know, a presidential suite type room at a theme park. But anyhow, for what we got, we paid just a little over $300 a night for this stay. Totally worth it. The room service food was amazing. Dinner at Jake's was amazing. It's so close to the theme parks, a very short water taxi ride away. And again, just the vibe, unbelievable here. The amenities, unbelievable. It just is really such a relaxing vibe here, which is wonderful when you come back from a crazy night at the theme parks. You want to relax, because theme park vacation is not so much a relaxing vacation, so you want where you're staying to just kind of be a peaceful, wonderful spot, and Sapphire Falls does that in spades.